With every breath I take, I'm reclaiming my life. A warrior in the night, I'll shine so bright. For in the end, it's me against the tide. And with each day I rise, I rise. With every breath I take, I'm reclaiming my life. A warrior in the night, I'll shine so bright. For in the end, it's me against the tide. And with each day I rise. In the silence of the night, I'm drowning in my mind. Whispers of the darkness, oh, they're cruel and unkind. Thoughts they cut like razors, leaving scars unseen. Holding on to hope when nothing's as it seems. But I rise from the shadows, I rise from the pain. Survivor of the storm, I'll find my light again. Though the battle rages on, I'm here to stay. Breathing through the chaos, I'll fight another day. Tears that fall like rain in the depths of my despair. Feeling lost and broken, but still I'm standing here. Echoes of the past, they haunt me every night. But I refuse to let go, I'm clinging to the light. And I rise from the shadows, I rise from the pain. Survivor of the storm, I'll find my light again. Though the battle rages on, I'm here to stay. Breathing through the chaos, I'll fight another day. There's a strength within my soul that no one else can see. A fire that keeps burning, setting me free. Through the darkest valleys, I've walked alone. But every step I take, I'm closer to home. So I rise from the shadows, I rise from the pain. Survivor of the storm.
What's up, everybody? It is Arc28 coming at you. We're going to try this again. We tried it yesterday, day before, and had some crazy issues. Webcam kept freezing. Mics went out. Speakers went out. All sorts of issues. So we are back. We're trying it again. Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the Arc Nation. Hope you are all doing well. We're going to play some games tonight. Just kind of hang out, relax, get back into the groove of things. It's been a while. We're turning that down. It's too bright. But yeah, we're just here to hang out. So I hope you join us. If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you hit that follow button. Please ask questions. I would love to get into details and explain to you what ARC is all about, what we're here for, why we're here. Don't forget to check out the webpage, www.ark-28.com. I will also put that in the chat. And in the chat it goes. So definitely check that out. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to be back. It's a long time. Hang on one second. Anyway, okay, I'm back. It's been a while. Feels good to be back again. I know schedule for ARC has been a little crazy, a little wonky. I will get into some of those details as to why it's been a little bit wonky. It's been a wild, year overall. So lots to fill you in on. But you are going to start seeing more ARC streams again. Finally, I'm finding a good balance between that, and I am back with the OMGs full time if you haven't seen that already. So a huge shout out to the OMGs, of course, as always. I love them. I love being a part of them. So finding a balance between ARC 28, the OMGs, making music. I have an ARC 28 album that's going to be coming out. I'm editing some content, making some new things for ARC, working on a cookbook that should be released soon as well. Hopefully in the next week and a half, the ARC 28 cookbook will be available. At least the first edition of it. We'll see from there. And then just balancing life, you know. Mrs. Jack Fry is always busy, so I'm always busy. So we're always, just struggling to try to find time with each other. Taking care of the 4 dogs, of course, and just enjoying life. So lots happening, lots going on, but thank you all for being here. I don't know what we're going to play. Part of me was going to jump into Crime Scene Cleaner because I have already played it. I played through the whole thing in like 48 hours and absolutely love it, but I kind of want to replay it again. And then I was just scrolling through even on Game Pass, and there's some new games on there that I might check out. The first one I'm looking at right now is called Blueprints. So, I don't know. We might check it out. But ultimately, guys, we are back. It is good to be back. It's just nice to sit here again. On a comedic side, it's nice to sit here in a chair that isn't breaking. My last chair, if you guys didn't see, I think I had posted pictures in the ARC 28 Discord. It broke. I was sitting down. It was just before an OMG stream, and all of a sudden I leaned back. I was sitting forward, and I leaned back, and all of a sudden the chair just started tipping back and slowly to the side. And that was it. I had to hurry up and rush and grab a different chair. Ordered a new chair, got a new chair in. It is great. It is comfortable. It is built for big guys, and I don't just mean big weight-wise, but I also mean big height-wise. I'm a fairly tall guy. This chair is built for it. So it's really nice, really comfortable. So it's good to sit here. I have new eyes. I can actually see. Hopefully these help with some of the headaches I've been getting staring at the screens. I think that's about all I've got for the overall update. Like I said, just lots happening, guys. It's been a little busy, a little chaotic. But it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I hope it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So, without further ado, we will jump into... Let's check out this Blueprints game. Looks kind of interesting. We'll play it for a couple minutes. If I don't like it, I'll jump to something else. Who knows? Might jump into some old school games. I don't know yet. We're just checking things out. Why is that camera way off? We're adjusting some things here, guys. Bear with me. Always having to make some little tweaks and adjustments. Anyway, how's everybody been doing? Like I said, if you are new here, definitely let me know you are here, you're visiting. If you're not new here and you're just jumping in quick to say hello or to lurk, make sure you do say hello. I'd love to see you all here. It's taking a while, guys. I don't know. Hopefully we don't have any technical issues like we did last time. It was a little chaotic before. I don't really know what happened. I had to uninstall a whole bunch of drivers, reinstall some things. My cam kept freezing, but then it wouldn't just freeze. It would freeze and get stuck on. So even if I closed out of every application that could have possibly been using it, it was still on, so I couldn't use it in any application either. It was really weird. It was like stuck running in the background, but no application had it running. So there were just a whole lot of issues. There we go. I don't know what this game is going to be about. Also don't feel like wearing headphones, so hopefully we don't get an echo from this. We're going to have to wait and see. It's gonna load this slow. I'm telling you right now, we might not stick with this game. If you guys get an echo with that too, definitely let me know. You shouldn't, but who knows? Okay, so I can't run. That looks like okay. Alright, we are going to change this up. Hang on one second. I'm going to put my headphones on. So I'm curious. I want to be able to hear this a little bit more and just read it. Okay, now we're good. Again, welcome in everybody. We are playing Blueprints. I don't really know what it's about. It just looked kind of funky, kind of weird, so we're going to check it out, at least for a little bit here. If you're jumping in or you're new, definitely say hello. Let me know that you are here. And we're going to keep playing here. And we will take a break from the game in a little bit. Like I said, I do have a lot to keep kind of filling you in on, but I don't want to drop everything all at once. So we're going to drag it out for a while. So this kind of seems like it's going to be one big, kind of like an escape room or something like that. Okay, this is going to be kind of like our map, which direction we go. Tracks our steps, okay. Can't bring cane. So we only have so many steps we can take. Interesting. 48. So they don't change in the same room, it's only when I go to a different room. Well, right, left, straight. I say we'll just go right. Oh, here we go. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. Okay, we'll draft a bedroom. Gain 2, but you lose 1. I don't know. The trunk is locked. So... Okay, so I do even if I go this way. Why does it feel like this game is going to take a very long time? Five of everything. Okay, so I can't get a journal. At least not one of these. Alright, I think that was worth opening. So the guest bedroom was kind of a dead end. have to pick one? Crazy. This is very weird. That's boarded off because the design of the other rooms. Okay. That one is clearly false statements because all three boxes can't be empty. box contains gems. I think I figured that out properly. Nice. I wonder if there's only one way to actually get through all of this. I don't know. What am I wearing? Creepy. Okay, I don't have the password. Yet. Alright, what did that say? Red was blue true, red false. Okay. Okay, so I do have to find a key card. What I don't understand is the initial letter when we got into this game said that you couldn't spend the night, but it's kind of making me spend the night. Turn them on. Okay, if that was the keycard entry system, does that mean that theoretically I can go back? And that door will open. Most definitely not. I have no clue, guys. Two. I don't know, guys. Wait, do you have to start at the very beginning again each day? No. You do. Crazy. Okay. Alright, we're gonna try to make a straight run this time. No, we're not. Alright, always safe. This sucks. I'm gonna have to keep doing this over and over again until we figure out how to get to that final room. And every time we don't make it, because we run out of steps, we have to start all over. Interesting. Okay, this is a different bedroom than before, because that trunk is on. Okay, there's a trunk. I feel like we're making progress. Okay, that room needs key cards, so we have to go this way. Oof. Okay, we're just gonna shoot for it. I don't know. Oh, okay. This is promising. I don't have a gem for that. No. Okay. Let's risk it. This is not what I wanted to see. That's okay. Take the gem. See anything in this room, so let's go this way. Uh-oh, that one's locked. Okay. Do the observatory. I really wish you could run in this. Because it's so slow. Okay. have to go back to the archives. Let's go to the right. Locked. Oops. Getting all turned around now. We don't have a key card, we don't have a flashlight, we don't have anything. Locked. I don't know if we're going to make it through this, guys. This is wild. Okay. It's lying. Oh no. That's not good. Hey, thank you for the follow. How are you doing today? We are just checking this game out. If you are new here, we are a mental health support stream. So feel free to ask questions. So glad you're here. Welcome in. Gonna risk it. I don't know if this is a good idea. It worked out. It wasn't the best idea, but it worked out. So now I need to go... back here. Lose another coin. This way. I think we're going to risk it and try to open this first. And hope there's another key, more gems, that's good. So let's open... Let's go up to the observatory door again. Only like 2 rooms away. So close. Only one key. Okay, I think this is the smartest choice. I can eat. Food is good. Gain another 20 steps? Absolutely. Nice. And another key. Okay. This is good. Now the question is, which door do we go to? I'm going to try this one. This one didn't need a key, so that's good. What? That's supposed to be it. No. Did I just get screwed? I did. I made it to... What? Oh, I'm so confused now. I thought that was where we... I don't know. I'm confused. Alright, we're gonna have to play this more later. I think we're gonna look into something else. This one's gonna take a while. I like it. But let's see what else we have. Oh, let's play Adam Falls. I played this one not too long ago. It's pretty cool. I didn't finish it, but it's a pretty neat game. Oh, hope you guys are all doing well. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being here. Maybe the game will load, maybe it won't. Let's see what's happening. Be just a minute here, guys. Okay. Just that. Come on. I want to get out of this. Really? Let's try this again. Oh, we'll just let it install. Hey, Bug, what's going on? How are you doing tonight, Bug? Good to see you in here. Are you having a good trip so far? Oh. It's going to birthday parties tomorrow. I have an echo. Uh-oh. Alright, let's see why we have an echo. What's echoing? The game echoing or the voice echoing? My voice, I mean. Oh, it looks like it's my voice. Let's see if that fixes it. Is that better? And can you still hear the game? Hopefully. See, Bug, this is why I love when you jump in here. You always can tell me if there's an echo or if there's a problem. Yeah, I appreciate that. Better? Cool. Thank you so much, as always. Here to save the day.
I see you. And stay away if you don't want to end up dead.
Where's he going? Got him. All right. Bug, I don't think I saw your answer yesterday while we were playing Siege. You said you've got your Switch with you. Do you have Mario Kart on there? Because if you do have Mario Kart, I can relatively quickly or easily hook up my Switch to the stream. We could play some Mario Kart or something. The stream's good, Bug. It's quiet. You're kind of the first one in here. I had some random person jump in, say hi, and to add them on Discord, and then they left. But the account had just been created like this month, so I don't think it was anything but somebody's like a Smurf fake account, basically. Nothing else in here. Okay. But other than that, it's been good. Quiet. Wait till tomorrow. Okay. If you do end up with Mario Kart, let me know. Because I wouldn't mind doing a stream even tomorrow or Sunday or whenever. OMGs are not streaming tomorrow. Or, I mean Sunday. So I will have lots of time to play and or stream if we want to stream it. Or we can just play. Mostly, Bug, even though it's been a little... You know? I don't remember which one I have for my Switch. Hang on one second, and I can tell you... I think it's Mario Kart 8. Yes, Mario Kart 8. Or 8 Deluxe, something like that. But other than that, the stream's been good. It's just good to be back. It's good to be kind of finding a balance between being back full-time with the OMGs and working on music and content for ARC. Finally being able to stream ARC again. And just kind of get things going little by little. So it's always exciting when I get back here and things start to work out, you know? And I've been dropping some of the music in Discord for the ARC album that's coming out. I've been making music and stuff for the guys as well. There's all sorts of stuff happening. It's fun. The other big update... There we go. Here, let's do this, Bug. Hang on. Let's come back to our full view. So, some of the big stuff that's happened with me personally and why ARC has been very hit and miss. As you kind of already know, the last year has been pretty crazy for me just on a personal level. And I'll kind of circle back and get into that in a little bit. So it's been hard to get into a regular routine for anything. For streaming, for playing with the guys, taking care of the house, cooking, just life in general. It's been a hard kind of shift to balance. Oh, Bug, thank you so much. I missed seeing you in here. Don't get me wrong, I love streaming with the OMGs, but Arc is just such a calm environment to stream in, so I did miss this. But as you know, I was in rehab last year. Actually, it was just over, like a week or two over a year ago now. I went to rehab for my mental health and for drinking. That was way, way, way out of hand. And anybody that has been to a rehab can tell you, in a lot of ways, it's very easy to be sober or clean, whether you're there for alcohol or drugs or whatever the case is. It's very easy to be sober, to be clean in those environments because you are restricted. You know, the place that I was in was basically, it was an old hotel, so I had my own room, but we had group meetings regularly. You didn't get to leave the property. It's not like it was a prison and we were locked down. Like I said, it was a hotel. We had hotel cards to scan into your room and everything. But you're just there. And when you don't have access to alcohol or drugs or whatever your vice is, it's very easy to stay clean in those environments, which is great. And it allows you time to really focus on your mental health and some of that stuff. What it doesn't do is fully prepare you for when you get out and get back to quote-unquote normal life, and how that's going to be and how to handle when hard things happen or stressful things happen. They don't really prepare you for that. It is very difficult, and that's why a lot of people go from rehab or an inpatient program like I was in to an outpatient program where they stay at home, but 3 to 5 days a week they go in for regular meetings and all of that stuff. I did not do that. Part of why I didn't do that is I had a therapist and things lined up, and that was all good. But I also wanted to not get caught up in the rehab mentality. There are a lot of people that go to rehab, and it's wonderful to go, but they don't ever get out of the mindset of being there. So when they get out of rehab, when they relapse, when something happens, they just run right back because it's a safe place. And I didn't want to have that type of mentality. I wanted to figure this out on my own, in a sense, and do this for real and not have that as a safety net. Yes, it is still there if I need it, but I didn't want that to be my catch-all go-to. So it's been very hard to adjust, and it was actually just a few weeks ago I had a stumble, and I drank very, very heavily. I actually put myself in the hospital. It was very, very bad, and it was the first time that it actually scared me enough for me to realize that if I kept going down that path, it was gonna kill me. It was bad. It is bad. So my whole brain has kind of shifted now because of this relapse that I had, and it really changed my overall view on my own sobriety, but also how other people handle sobriety and how they look at it. There's still that stigma of people that go to rehab or that have an addiction, and it's frowned upon and they're kind of shunned. But they shouldn't be. It's a disease. It's like having cancer. If somebody has cancer, if somebody has a torn shoulder or something like that, you should encourage them to go and get treatment, to go get help, to go get surgery or whatever the case is. But with addictions, whether they're geared strictly by the substance or by mental health issues or whatever is really pushing that addiction, you should be encouraging those people to get help and supporting them when they stumble after being in a treatment facility. When they get out, they're not magically cured, and you need to support them, and they're going to mess up. You have to find the right path for them, and they have to find their own path. A lot of them, like myself, have to find themselves. You know, I used drugs and alcohol for the better part of, you know, 3/4 of my life, basically. So it's a lot of growth and experimenting and exploring and curiosity to figure out who I am, what I like, what I don't like. Um, so it's been a struggle. So trying to adjust to just being in normal everyday life and how to balance hard situations and things that trigger um, either a bad mental health state or just trigger cravings that make you want to go drink, or if you're, you know, vices, drugs, or whatever the case is. You know, for me, it was basically alcohol. I used drugs in the past to numb it as well, and I've told you guys about that. But alcohol was always there. And so you have to learn how to adjust those things. And through this whole process and through the course of the year, I changed therapists. Found a fantastic one now, I absolutely love, and things are going better. You know, it's not 100%, but I'm on the upside of things right now. Things are going really well, so I'm back, and I'm finding just that balance in life and within myself to be able to do Arc 28 streams again and work on music for it. And you know, the music that I'm creating is really a story of my mental health and my sobriety and my journey. So it's exciting, and it's wonderful to be a part of the OMGs again. So that's kind of where things are at, and why ARC has been so kind of on and off again over the last, especially year, but even year and a half. You know, leading up to me going into rehab, it was ups and downs, and that's really why. It's been a roller coaster, but that right there is mental health issues. That is addictions. That is life. You know, it's not always consistent and easy. Sometimes when you struggle with those things, you have to take a step back and focus on yourself. You know, I'm no good for anybody. I can't help anybody. I can't be a good example if I'm not taking the steps to take care of myself. And sometimes that means I can't do Arc 28 because I need to focus on myself. I wish I could have a camera over my shoulder 24/7 to you know, to really give everybody an inside view. It's not possible. So I have to wait until I'm mentally, emotionally ready to be back on camera, in front of the camera, whether it's here or out hiking someplace or fixing an arcade game or wherever I'm streaming. I have to make sure that I'm prepared for that as well. So it's definitely been a struggle and a journey, but this is where we are now. ARC is still here. It hasn't completely gone away. You are going to see more activity again, little by little. There are lots of things happening within ARC as far as the music. There's going to be an Arc 28 cookbook, first edition, that's coming out hopefully in about a week and a half. There will be digital and physical copies of that ready and available, so I'm super excited for that. The album, I don't know where I'm going to publish it, so to speak, to start. I know it's going to be available on the Arc 28 website. I think I'm going to try to find a way to get it in Spotify as well, just to let people listen to it kind of anytime, wherever, whenever. So we have that going on, and then there's a new style of content that I'm working on developing and kind of fine-tuning, and we're going to call it something along the line of Boops for Mental Health. And it's going to be mental health facts and statistics to educate people, but we're going to include animals. Most of them to start are probably just going to be my dogs, because it's easy to film them. They're here. But I'm working with our local humane society as well to go down and maybe do some videos with those dogs, and feature them, and hopefully maybe even help them find homes. There's all sorts of stuff happening. So those are not going to be live streamed. Those are going to be short clips that are posted to the various social medias. But it's exciting. I think it's going to be something that really takes the goal of ARC 28 and expands it and really gets it out there. Live streaming will always still kind of be a passion and a part of ARC 28. Right now, it may not be the biggest part of the focus as these other things kind of fall into place. But I still want to have people over. I want to do the interviews. I've got a very good friend that wants to do ARC 28 movie nights, where we pop a camera up or something and we stream a movie and kind of have like a watch party. And then you get to hear he and I just kind of banter and laugh and poke fun at the movies and stuff like that. So there's still a lot of creativity behind the scenes that's happening. It's just trying to figure out timing and schedules. Everybody's busy. When's the best time for me to stream ARC? Daytime is actually easier for me because I'm usually home and available. Evenings get harder. I've got to cook dinners, and Mrs. Jack Fry comes home, and we want to spend time together. So it's tough to cut into some of that time. I've got OMG's streams on Thursdays and Sundays and the last Wednesday of every month, so that takes up some evenings. And daytimes, not as many people are available to watch. So it's really just trying to find what days and times work the best for my schedule as well as everybody else's schedules. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But overall, we are good. It's been nice. Enough about that for now. I know you were on your trip. You don't have to spend your whole trip watching this, but I am glad you came in. How are you doing other than the trip? Has life been good for you? I know I always see you in the OMG streams, and I love it. I did see you in the mod meeting as well. But I missed having you over here. I saw T-Dog is streaming as well. Actually, he's on right now. But I miss seeing everybody. We're going to start making this a little more regular. I promise. Uh-oh. I think my camera froze again. Here we go again. See, this is what happened yesterday. It's been going so good, too, up until this point. Well, I don't know. My camera is... Oh, wait. Maybe we're back. My camera's not being very nice to me. Wait till next week to get Mario Kart. No worries, bud. Don't rush. Anytime you get, or whenever you do get it, just let me know. Whether we're doing ARC 28 and you want to stream ARC 28 and play some Mario Kart, we can figure that out. But also, if it's just an evening and we're all just kind of hanging out and you want to play, let me know. Mrs. Jack Fry will actually probably even jump in and play with us. So we could get a few of us going. It'd be fun. We could even set up like a Discord call or something so that we can all, talk to each other and laugh and joke and have some fun. And I'm looking into some other games. The Marbles on Stream, I don't know if you've seen that one. Been thinking about getting that and launching that into ARC 28 and just having some fun. There is a friend code through the Switch that we'll have to share with each other. And I can send mine to you in a DM either in Discord or Twitch. and then you just go into like the settings menu or whatever and add friends, and you put the code in. Actually, I could even do it as a stream and show you live how to do it. But we'll make all of that happen, I promise. If you want to. And then if you know anybody else that has Mario Kart that wants to play with us, we can all jump in together. There's also golf with your friends I've been looking at on the Xbox. Just to get, you guys involved a little bit more and all of us kind of playing and having fun. I like playing games and showing games on stream, but it's fun to play with you guys too. And also, if you did not notice, I did get new eyeballs. Perks of getting old. I can't see nearly... Whoa. Frozen again. Can't see nearly as good as I used to, so... Come on, come back. Thank you. Now we're back. I wonder if part of the issue is actually my black light back there causing problems. No, you're not the only one. I've actually had glasses and worn them for, I want to say probably about 15 years or more. But I only needed them for driving at night or like this, staring at screens. So I just didn't wear them very often. And then I lost a pair, I got some new ones, and then I just stopped wearing them. But it was getting to a point where I really needed them. So I did finally break down, went in and got them. So you will see these a lot more often, whether I'm streaming with ARC or with the OMGs. Basically, if I'm sitting in front of my monitors, I'm going to have to wear them. So... But that's okay. I don't mind. I really don't. And yes, I did specifically get black and red ones because of the OMGs. Let's be honest, I gotta have something that kind of matches the jerseys and stuff. Yeah, that's not a bad point. I can't say that I hate wearing them. I'm just not used to it. So seeing the frames bothers me. I had frameless ones for a while, but it's definitely a good thing to have. I don't really need them for driving during the day. It's more so at night. Along with being nearsighted, I have a astigmatism. So if you don't know what that is, when you're driving at night and there's street lights, if you see, it looks like rays, big beams coming off of the lights that cause glare and other issues, that's kind of what it is. And that is what I have, or part of what I have. So driving at night, these definitely help, but... Like I said, I don't mind them. You just got to get used to it. I'm hoping it helps. I've been getting a lot of headaches, too. Your dad has it? Yep, okay. A lot of people do. So that is kind of where we are at with everything. Trying to think of what else to update you guys on. I'm excited for the music album. I'm really excited for the cookbook. Worked with a welder. Yeah, that can really mess with your eyes. Would have loved to have learned how to weld. I never did. I guess I still could. It's not really applicable for what I do, but it'd be fun to know how. Ooh. Oh, sorry. I'm exhausted today. Have you ever had a night where it's not real restful sleep? You have a hard time falling asleep, and then when you do fall asleep, do as I say, not as I do? Absolutely. Yeah, last night, like, I was trying to sleep and I couldn't, and when I finally fell asleep, I ended up having a dream that I couldn't sleep. So when I woke up, I basically felt like I didn't sleep. It was the weirdest thing. So now all day I've been yawning and just kind of tired. What? Yeah, it was like my dream convinced my body that I didn't actually sleep, even though I did get some sleep. It was really weird, Bug. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know how to explain it. Dreams in your brain can convince your body of really strange things. So I got up in like the first couple hours today. I was so tired. I just sat on the couch. Like, I can't sleep, but I can't be up. So I laid on the couch, snuggled with the dogs, watched a soapbox racing show. And then it was back to this room and worked on some new songs. Played some games. I haven't played much of anything. I need to get into some other ones. I was thinking about getting into Siege X, the test server, tonight. But I think that's what ultimately broke my stream the other day. You got to see your daughter yesterday? And how is she doing? Did you give her lots of loves and snuggles? Didn't let her go for 15 minutes? Aw, that's so sweet, Bug. I believe it. I mean, just going to Florida for 5 days, like Mrs. Jack Fry and I did, being away from our girls for 5 days was hard. She's going to be 9 this year? Wow. Yeah, it's hard. I think it might be time. The picture was looking grainy. It's getting dark outside. So I think it's time to actually turn some lights up and on in here. As much as I don't want to. Ooh, that one's... Maybe I don't like these lights. Too bright. Yeah, car rides like that can be tough, especially for cats. Dogs it's not as bad for. Generally, they like being in the car. Cats is a whole nother story. This is not working out today. We're going back to this. We're just going to keep it dark and grainy. Oh, it went away. I was going to say, what is that little fuzzy thing in the corner? Un momento, por favor. There we go. We'll find lighting that works eventually. Yeah, so that's kind of just been... It's just kind of been life, the way things have been here. It's been busy and crazy. Weather's getting nice. We had 95-degree weather, and then it turned into 40-degree weather. And now we've had rain. I will actually take, not necessarily the rain, but the 45-degree weather, I don't mind. I really don't like 95-degree weather. I'm a cold weather guy. Yeah, today was a little cooler. I think we got up to 60 degrees, but it was a little breezy and mostly overcast all day. Yeah, wind makes all weather miserable. I don't care if it's super hot out, if it's really windy. Yeah, the breeze feels nice, but blows your hat off, blows dust around, and I just don't like wind. And during the winter, it makes it extra cold. It's just not fun. Wow, I've already been streaming for 2 hours today. That went really fast. Minnesota feels like Michigan weather. Yeah. They're both high enough and close enough that the weather stays very similar. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan all have rough winters. And the humidity being closer to the water. So one nice thing I will say about living where I do in the Midwest, there's not a ton of bodies of water around us. So generally when it's warm or cold, there's not a lot of extra moisture and humidity in the air. So it's not quite as bad. Summertime humidity is awful. You step outside and it feels like you could just swim through the air. Oh, it's gross. It's like you go swimming and you get out, and because the humidity in the air, you never really dry off. Michigan worse than Minnesota. Yeah, I could see that for... Depending on where you're in, especially in Michigan, yeah, I could see that. Some of the worst winters I was ever in was back in upstate New York. Right off Lake Ontario across from Canada. Oof. What just happened? I just had a prompt that said something about Siege X, and now it's just loading me into regular Siege. I don't want to play Siege. That was weird. Yeah, see, growing up, that's how upstate New York was. You had to have at least a foot of snow, lots of ice. Otherwise, schools just didn't close. Out here where I am now, they'll have snow days, sometimes just to have a snow day. Yeah. Yeah, I remember growing up, I mean, we'd have a foot to even 2 feet of snow and still somehow go to school. But let's not forget, I am old, and a lot of things have changed. I want to live someplace where it's like a consistent 65 to 70 degrees. That's it. Not warmer, not really colder. Maybe go warmer and colder once in a while, but consistently stay around that 65, 70 would be perfect. And then let me be able to travel for like 45 minutes to an hour. Be buried in snow where I could snowboard, go sledding. That would be perfect. And then if you travel like an hour in the other direction, it's even hotter and beaches. That would be great. No, not Florida weather. You know, when Mrs. Jack Fry and I went to Florida, it was nice. We were in Orlando. We stayed at Disney, went to Universal Studios, did all that stuff. When we left here, we had an ice storm, but we landed in Florida to like 75-degree weather. It was beautiful. But then it gets hotter there, and it's gross. And swimming with manatees in Florida was awesome. We both want to do that again. That was really, really cool. I am so tired. This is terrible. We did not go to Gatorland. We had talked about it, but we didn't have enough time. But that is on our list. We would like to do that. Doing Disney and Universal Studios was fun for the experience. Don't really want to go back and do it again. It was way too many people. The Manatees was awesome. Hang on one second. Yeah, like I said, that was something that we had talked about. We just didn't have time. There were other things we wanted to try to get to, too. It was just too much. Afraid to hold the gator. I would not be afraid to hold the gator. I personally would probably try to get them to let me wrestle a gator. Mrs. Jack Fry would not. She would probably beat me up for trying, but oh, it'd be so cool. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. It is one Veritas from the OMGs. Probably a baby and you held the tail. That's really cool, though. Love animals. Any animal, doesn't matter. Oh, wait. Live scene. Yeah, Bug, you're not wrong. I definitely do. Yes, that guy is totally peeing right there. Poor Stoney, always getting yelled at about live scenes. Look, you're HR. We've got to listen to HR. Why does it feel like the game audio is super loud? Must have just been from that, the waterfall right there. Bug, no one can ever replace you as HR. Except maybe the original HR, Savage French Fry. But I don't think it's that she could replace you as much as she was just the first HR. I don't know if I want to go in here yet. I don't have anything to really defend myself. And I know there's a very bad creature in here. Perfect, Bug. Savage is awesome. Need to make sure that thing is not moving. It's not a good thing. That's fair, Bug. Yeah, I saw he was on. But he's on the same time as me, so. Alright, I'm gonna do that in a minute. I have a grenade. Grenades are good. I did not have a grenade the last time I played this. At least not at this point in the game. We are going to... That's the easiest way to deal with those guys. There's nothing. I get nothing from him? Oh, that's unfortunate. There we go. This game is so creepy and weird. Getting trigger happy on GTA. It's not hard to get trigger happy on that. Which GTA were you playing? Gotcha. You know, there really isn't a bad GTA out there. They're all good. I feel this is a bad idea going down this. Ow. Because it was a bad idea? Oh, maybe it wasn't a bad idea. There's stuff up here. Molotovs? Yeah, absolutely, Bug. I agree with you. Although I will say the first one I played, I was not 17. Ouch, that one really hurt. But yes, I agree with you.
Hey up, stranger. Not seen you around this stretch before. How do? Where did you come from then? Say, you do look a little the worse for wear. You've got luck on your side not getting snatched out by something foul while you were dozing. Listen, if you don't mind my saying, you don't look much like a local. You didn't walk in from, well, from the outside. You what? Boffins all died when their atom plant went up in flames. Not seen any of them for 5 years. Only outlaws and loons round here now. And you'll want to give them all a wide berth. You poor bugger. You can't remember now, can you? This place? The quarantine zone. That's what the soldiers called it. Just sort of stuck after a while. It's this big old chunk of land inside the walls. They put those buggers up fast enough when it all went to clag in here. My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers. This place been off for years. There've been strange happenings. You have to be careful who you
Strange
trust.
happenings.
Not civilized round here anymore, just savages that roam about. And a few survivors, like myself. Things have been bad ever since the government built that plant across the water. Shady, secret stuff them scientists were up to. Whatever they were doing, they were right keen to bury it when it went wrong. Listen, I overheard them once, the blokes in noddy suits. The ones that appeared right after the
Blokes in
disaster.
naughty suits.
Talking about their quarantine. How they had to seal the place. Said something about an interchange. A secret project. But I should stop talking before I get carried away. Now personal. I can be a right chatterbox, that's all. It's what they took me up the village for, the buggers.
Interesting.
Aye? Well, whatever the Boffins were up to in that interchange, what's it? I'm sure it wasn't good. This place is riddled with secret bunkers. Or so I've heard. Such things were kept hidden from the likes of us, of course. But look, if you want more, you'd be wise to ask Molly, the tinker. An ear for information has Molly. She's usually camped just north of here. Now, I'm not sure I should be saying out more to a stranger. I've wanted these deals for years now, surviving on nought I can find. Aye. In that time, I might have learnt a secret or two for myself, but what of it?
Should I go friendly or desperate? Stay friendly?
Easy now. I know a bit of what it's like to be adrift in this place. I'll help you out.
Alright, cool.
I've put me head into one or two of them secret bunkers, I'll admit. I couldn't tell you what the things were for, mind, but there's plenty of goodies inside them. There's one bunker I've yet to explore. Maybe you'll find the answers there. Just don't pick the place clean, eh? I could point it out on your map, if you like. Now I really should stop talking. Not personal, but you can't trust anyone too much these days, can you? So long. Watch yourself around here, aye?
Alright, well, at least he had some good information. I like it. Hey, shotgun. Shotguns are good, right? Okay. Now, I didn't do this before when I played just a little bit of this. I wonder if I can go back in that bunker that I came from. And if that scientist is still alive, or if he turned into something bad. Probably going to regret this. Ooh, I can go back in there. Let's see what they say. Okay, we couldn't go that way before. I'm gonna regret this, huh? I'm gonna die. Wait, where'd he go? He was in here. Oh, that's good. And that's good. But where did he go? So... oh, that's empty still. So he just disappeared in here? Okay. Well. Still no power there. Requires a signal redirector. Can I get that in here? Probably have to find that somewhere outside of here and come back, huh? Oh. Hello, you. Oh, and I bet you I need it for up there, too. To open that door up here. Yep. But where do I get... I'm guessing I can't find it in here. All right, then. All right. We are going to take a couple-minute break. I have to dehydrate and check on the dogs really quick, so bear with me. I'll be right back. What's going on, everybody? I am back with an olive juice. Say hello, Olive. Oh, say hello. No, not to me. Say hello. Say hello, everybody's. Say hello. Say hello. Oh, hi, Bug. There's a pity back there, too. Let's see if we can get the... I don't know if the doggo cam is hooked up right now or not. I don't think it is. Doggo cam is not hooked up. But it could be in just a moment. Hold on, Olive. Or maybe not so easily. No doggo cam that easily. How are you doing? It's good to see you in here. Olive juice. We're streaming. We're streaming. Say hi. Oh. Olive. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. Oh, there was a pity. Here, Olive, get down. Let's see if we can get her. Buggy. Malak. Come here. Say hi, Bug. The smallest dog took the biggest bed. Hi. Aw, Buggy. Hi, Pity. Okay. Okay. Go play. Go on. Okay, I'm back. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I hope you're doing good. I'm glad you stopped in. We are just hanging out, kind of getting back into the swing of ARC streams and balancing that with OMG streams and creatives and making music and the cookbook and just all these other things and elements to life that are going on. So, yeah, it's been pretty wild. I don't know if you've seen, I mean, clearly you guys have seen tattoos. Shadom, I don't know if you have seen, this was my newest tattoo that I got in January, I think it was. Something like that. And I got it as my suicide awareness tattoo, but also just kind of to commemorate, you know, my journey through sobriety and all this other stuff. And the semicolon that is in there is in purple and teal for suicide awareness, and the semicolon is for suicide awareness as well. You know, semicolon is used in writing to mark where a sentence could have ended but didn't. So it's also to kind of mark where a life could have ended but didn't. So that's my newest tattoo. Super, super happy with it. I love it. But yeah, so we're just kind of hanging out, playing Atom Falls and filling everybody in on where things have been and where they're going. I know you got to listen to some of the music in the Discord. So I've been writing a lot of music for that album. The ARC 28 album is going to be called Barefoot and Bulletproof. In each of the songs, if you really listen to the lyrics, it's all about my journey with sobriety and mental health and really leaning into the straight edge lifestyle and mentality. So there's that, but then I've been working on some music and some creatives and stuff for the OMGs. Um, and then there's the cookbook that I'm working on for ARC 28, and a whole new series of short videos and content that's going to include statistics and just data on mental health. And so that's coming along. There's just so much going on. It's crazy. Um, songs are so sick. It's the genre that you like to hear, so you're very like. I did not know you were into punk music. I love punk rock. I mean, I listen to all styles of music, from country to rap to old blues and jazz. Like, I love Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, Bobby Darin, but I very, very much love punk music. So to lean into that hardcore punk music and the straight edge lifestyle really just kind of embodies the journey that I'm on right now. So it's super, super awesome and excited. I'm glad you like it. Thank you about the tattoo. I'm super thrilled with it. Yeah, there's just a lot happening. No. So I have my guitars at home that I play a little bit of. I don't play a lot. I have a ukulele that I play a little as well. I don't play any of them as much as I used to, and I'm really not that good. Going down this music genre or this music area, is a whole different realm of creativity that I'm kind of tapping into. I write a lot. I write a lot of poetry, and I'm working on moving them into songs. So I write lyrics, and then I'm actually using AI software to mix and compose beats and the overall music. So I'm not really doing most of the music. Some of them I use, like a drum machine type thing, and I put something together, and then I have AI compose the rest. And so I'm kind of always editing and tweaking things, but it's a whole different area of creativity that I'm kind of just scratching the surface into. But writing I've done for years. I've been writing poetry and stuff since I was like 14. So, bottom of your feet are peeling after however many years ago. Getting your warts froze off. Bug, I don't know what it's like to have warts froze off, but I do know what it's like to have feet peeling. I pretty much live barefoot, and every few months or so, the calluses on my feet will dry out and peel. So I totally get what that part is like. But yeah, I'm really excited to get the punk album out there. Once I get it finished, I should have somewhere between 6 and 12 tracks on it. Like I said, the album itself is going to be called Barefoot and Bulletproof, which is also the name of one of the songs. If you guys want a little sneak preview, let me Catch up in the chat. Bear with me. To fully peel bug, the calluses on my feet can be days or weeks depending. If you're going to intentionally peel them, I would be very careful. It is easy to peel them too deep and cause some... Was there no audio for that whole time? Oh no. Okay, let me circle back to what we were working on. Hold on one second. So bug with the feet, it can be days, weeks. You just have to be careful with them. You can peel them too deep. They can get sore or bleed. If you're going to peel them, I would say soak your feet and peel them very carefully, or get, it almost looks like a cheese grater, and you kind of file down your feet. Highly recommend using one of those like in the shower or a bath to help them peel safely. Yeah, I didn't know the audio was out. Writing poetry and mixing songs, 666. I'm sorry about the audio, so I will fix that in a moment. Michaela, what is up? You changed your name again, but I figured it was you by the Crochet by Rose. I love it. Hold that thought for 1 second. I do have to go to a break. Mrs. Jack Fry is calling. So give me just 1 second, everybody. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, everybody, I'm so sorry about that. Mrs. Jack Fry was working. She had to teach a class tonight, and she was just getting done, so she was calling to let me know that she's on her way home and to see if I needed anything. So, circling back around, Dad told you to be careful with those. Yes, Bug, please be careful with them. Like I said, they can peel too deep and cause them to be very sore or bleed. It sucks. I've done it way too many times to myself, so be careful. Michaela, hello, much love. I'm so glad to see you here. And back to the no audio thing and what I was showing while there was no audio. Let me try to fix that, and I will show them again so that I can walk through what you guys were seeing. I did not realize that I had no audio in that one, so I'm sorry. But hang on 1 second. Let's go back to that. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. Before I go to actually play anything, please let me know if you can hear me. We'll close all our windows down. This can go and hide over here someplace. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Yes, you are seeing my computer desktop. So what I was attempting to show you before were some sneak previews into the Arc 28 album, the punk rock album, Barefoot and Bulletproof. I'm making album covers as well as a music video for the song Barefoot and Bulletproof. So this is kind of a sneak preview of just the opening scene of Barefoot and Bulletproof. So that's that. And then we have, this is just one of the other elements that we're adding into the music video. Again, Barefoot, Bulletproof, punk rock. You kind of get it. Let's see here. And then we had these. Which are just some other creative ideas. I have not animated them yet. I don't know if I'm going to, or if I'm going to use them as static images. We have this guy. Guys, I've been creating a lot of stuff. I really, really like this one. I think this might be the overall album cover, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Like I said, I'm just really leaning into the straight edge lifestyle, hardcore punk rock, no alcohol, no drugs, just living a clean life, but still being barefoot and grounded in nature. So that is where that stuff goes. Okay, I'm back. ARC stands for Acts of Random Kindness, and then the 28 is the number 2 meaning just TO, so Acts of Random Kindness 2, and then the number 8 is numerical value for new beginnings or hope. So it's Acts of Random Kindness to new beginnings or to a hope for a better life. But next year, ARC 28 is going to be rebranded into ARC 42. Kind of like the Jack Fry 42. I'm transitioning over to 42. If you're nerdy and dorky like me, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the supercomputer, they ask it what the meaning of life is, and it says 42. 42 is the meaning of life, so Acts of Random Kindness is the meaning of life. Just being genuine and kind to people. So that whole transition will happen eventually, but that's not till next year with the rebranding. And we just go 100% with the music. Thank you. I love it. Katie Ann, come here. See if we can get another puppy on stream. Hey, Potato Head. Katie Ann. She's just going to sit there and bark. Olive, come here. You can come say hi again. Come on. Here's the potato head. Or the boo-boo head. Hi, Olive. Say hello. Say hello. Hi, everybody. Two big news? What other big news? The cookbook and the music? Or the dogs? Or do you have your own good news that you get to share with all of us? Well, we got a Clover in here. Hi, Tovey. Say hi. Hi. Say hi, Clover. There's Katie Ann. Rawr. Okay, come here, kiddo. Come over here. Come here. Come say hi. Roar! Come say hi, potato. Oh, thank you. Say hi, Kata Ann. Say hi. Say hi, Kata Ann. Hi, potato. Okay. Oh, you're going to climb up more? Okay. I guess we're stuck now. What are you doing? Hi. What? You want to get down now? Okay. Go play. Roar. Oh, there's a Clover. Clover. Hi, pretty girl. Hello. Here, let's see if we can turn the big light on. Say hi. Say hi, Clover. Oh, nope, you're leaving? Okay, bye. No worries, Bug. We're here for a little bit still. It's already been 3 hours. Went fast, guys. Went really fast. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on. I know Bug was in here. So, Bug, I'm going to try to make it quick and go through the update of everything else really fast. I know you're already here for it, but the other reason you guys have not seen ARC streaming, or that it's been very inconsistent over the last year, as a lot of you guys know, I went to rehab last year. Actually, it was just over a year ago, which was very good. I needed it to reset my mental health and to get drinking under control, because everything was just, it was going downhill really fast. I did have a relapse a few weeks ago with drinking due to some mental health things that were triggered by some other issues, but it put me in the hospital, and that was the first time that I really had this reality check of, if I keep letting mental health drive my drinking, and if I keep drinking like this, it's going to kill me. Not as a suicide, but that's just the damage it was doing to my body. So it gave me this new outlook, and that's where I really leaned into like the punk rock music and that straight edge lifestyle. I've always had kind of a hippie-ish mentality of grounding yourself, being barefoot, but this just pushed me into a harder side of it. So that's kind of why ARC has been very hard for me to stream, is I haven't been well, and I can't do for other people or hold a regular schedule when I'm really struggling. I wish I could have a camera watching me 24/7 so you guys could see everything. Unfortunately, that's just not possible. So to be able to actually get on and get myself to turn the stream on, I have to be at least somewhat okay and stable. So it's been a very hard year, but things are balancing out. I have a new outlook on some things, which is awesome. I am back full-time with the OMGs, of course. Those guys are amazing and brought me back. So I've been balancing creatives and editing and streaming with them, and trying to work on the music album and the cookbook for ARC 28 and the new creative content, the Boops for Mental Health, which are going to feature my dogs to start, but eventually, hopefully, the dogs at the Humane Society and everything else. And so just trying to balance all of that and get things going. It's just been a learning process for me, because I'm really viewing life through different eyes. You know, for the better part of 3/4 of my life, I have used drugs or alcohol to mask and hide things, and just to be able to function, so that anxiety and depression and PTSD and things didn't control me. So it's just this whole new process of things. Oh, absolutely, Michaela. I 100% agree. But I also you as viewers deserve that explanation. Arc 28, the whole thing about it is to be transparent, to be very open and honest and raw about what is going on and what's happening. So that's where the inconsistency with streams comes in. The website got launched, which was awesome, and we're getting back around little by little, which is wonderful. It's just going to take some time. But I thank you all for being patient. I'm super excited that you are here. Let's see here. Want to say something? Is in a bad place. And those messages you send via Discord. Can't stress enough, but it helped me. I love you so much. I'm glad that they helped. And, I didn't say them just to say them. Anytime you guys get a message from me like that, it truly is how I feel. Those are just very raw, genuine messages and comments. So I'm glad. Arc 28, or Arc in general, isn't just a program or a stream. It really is a lifestyle. It like being straight edge. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life. It's committing to being genuine and kind and raw and honest, and supporting those around you. So I'm glad that they were able to help. I love you, dude. I love all of you. And that is where we are at. But I am going to zip off stream for just a moment. I don't think I'm even going to change to the break screen. You're just going to see me fly out and fly back in. Mrs. Jack Fry just came home, and I do want to go give my wife a hug and a kiss hello. So I will be right back. Go, go, go. All right, everybody, I am back. Mrs. Drac Fry is amazing, and she went and she got me chicken nuggets. I was really dying for some chicken nuggets. I'm starving. I have not eaten much today. If Twitch app just to visit us, that's so awesome. Camera, wake up. There we go. Yeah, it feels good to be back, guys. It's the upside and the downside to mental health. It affects so many areas of your life in negative ways. It causes you to not function as you normally would. There's days where it's hard to just get up out of bed. It's hard to take a shower. It's hard to do normal things that a lot of neurotypical people kind of take for granted. I've used the spoon analogy before, where you have, say, 24 spoons to start at the start of each day, if you're neurotypical, and those spoons get used for different tasks, and different amount of spoons for different tasks, and at the end of the day you still have a couple left over that can then carry into the next day sometimes, so you build up even more. With neurodiverse, with mental health struggles, a lot of times I start my days with half as many spoons or less, and then you're really struggling trying to find, where do I use each spoon so that I have enough to last through the day, and when I run out, then what do I do? If I don't have enough spoons to get me through the day, it's you crash and you have nothing left. And sometimes just to get up and take a shower or get yourself breakfast could take 2 or 3 spoons. So it can be a struggle. Yeah, so Michaela is back into work. Being in the work environment, and Bud, this will apply to you as well. It's really hard when we feel that what we're doing isn't good enough. But it may actually be good enough. We, as people that struggle with mental health issues, get in our own way. A lot of times, more than anybody else or anything else. The image of I, and it applies to your physical appearance, to yourself as well as your mental and emotional image. But the image of I is always warped and twisted. How you view yourself, how I view myself, is never truly how everybody else views you. Just like we're always our hardest critics, we're our own worst enemy. And that can cause us then to create areas of rejection. Ties into the RSD, rejection sensitive dysphoria. We create areas of rejection or failing where it may not actually exist. Or we read into a situation where it's not really rejection, not really failing. Kind of like putting words in somebody else's mouth. It's very hard, very difficult. And Michaela, to learn to balance working or just getting through a day without spoons left or without many left, you have to learn how to kind of ration those out. It's not easy. It is a daily struggle. It's hard when you look at a neurotypical person. I'm trying to find the right words here. It's hard when you see quote unquote normal people, neurotypical people, go about their day, and it seems, even when they're stressed and struggling and burnt out and tired, it seems like it's flawless or easy for them to navigate. And we know logically it's not, but it comes across that way. And then we look at it and it's like, man, I struggled just to take a shower today, or just to walk my dog. It was a struggle to go to work, to complete a task on time for work. It's tough, but it's the hard part of navigating life, but it's also the exciting and intriguing part of life. And this is kind of where I'm at with my journey, is there's this curiosity. I want to know how. I want to learn who I am, how I am, why I am, and then apply that knowledge to everyday scenarios and find ways to navigate when I naturally have less spoons. And just because I have less spoons doesn't mean that I'm less than anybody else or that somebody's better or greater than me. It's just how we are. So we have to individually learn how to navigate with how we are and who we are. It didn't even pop up how long you'd been here. Weird. Let me jump over to this one. Yeah, Michaela, you've been here for a long time. That's for sure. But yeah, so I guess to kind of circle back into some of this, and over the course of the last year, the therapist that I work with now really connects with me, and she approaches everything, instead of approaching it from a very clinical perspective, which I enjoy at times because I'm a very logical thinker, so I like that clinical knowledge, but she approaches everything just from a very natural curiosity. And that's how she brings things up and will question things with me. Oh, you're feeling this. And then she gets curious about it. I wonder why. Or I wonder what would happen if you thought this, or if you did this, or said this. How that would make you feel. And not just how does that make you feel mentally and emotionally. What's the physical reaction? And so there's this curiosity that has been sparked within myself, and she just really encourages and pushes that curiosity. So there's a lot of self-discovery that's going on with me internally. And I encourage everybody to go along that journey of self-discovery. If you've struggled with any type of addictions through the years, in addiction in all forms, whether that be drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, TV, movies, video games, any type of an addiction, it's a coping mechanism. We use those to try to function and survive and cope with things. And I encourage you to take some time and go without, or really go down that road of self-discovery and figure out why. What is driving that need to suppress and numb and hide? It's interesting, and like I said, I've used substances for the better part of 3/4 of my life to numb and hide and suppress. So those younger years, when I was an early teen, my teenage years, my young 20s, my young adult years, I didn't really use that time to get to know who I was. Because who I was always enhanced in some form by a substance, drugs and alcohol. So now I'm kind of on this new journey of I get to discover who I am through sober eyes, sober years, and it's exciting. It's terrifying because there's the other side of it. What if I don't like who I am? What if I don't like who I really am? But I know deep down inside that I am going to like that person, because that person is where all of this love and kindness and genuine comes from. I just have to stay connected to it. It's been over 2 years now. Oh, Michaela, that's so wild to think about. So, yeah, enough rambling on that. That's just kind of the life and the journey. Yeah, it's wild to think that, even the OMGs have been going for 3.5 years, going on 3.5 years. And the ARC 28 stream really started because of my time with them. Now you understand yourself more. I'm glad, and stay on that path. Journey of self-discovery is one of the most empowering paths that you can be on. As you learn things about you, whether it be through your own self-discovery or going to therapists and doctors and being diagnosed with different disorders, or maybe your initial diagnosis changes. They may start saying, hey, you're this, but then the more you go, all of a sudden now you realize, well, I'm not really that, I'm this. So being on that path of self-discovery, not as a way to hold yourself back and say, oh, well, I was diagnosed with this, so I can't do this. It's just the opposite. It's saying, I was diagnosed with this, or I have this. Now I understand why I do A, B, and C. And now I know when this happens, I need to do X, Y, and Z. So it's not that it's holding you back. It's actually that knowledge is going to help you learn to navigate through harder situations, or days and times where you have fewer spoons. Or maybe it's going to help you learn how to hold some spoons back so that the next day you don't start with 12 spoons. Maybe you start with 14. And you're able to learn how to carry them over to the next day and to the next day. So self-discovery is and can be one of the most empowering paths to go down. It can also be one of the hardest, most painful, and most terrifying paths to be on. Because you have to take a real raw look at yourself and be truly honest with yourself. And that's something that even with, like addictions and mental health issues, we tend to lie to our loved ones. We lie because we hide it. We hide it out of embarrassment. Or we lie because we don't think that they can handle it and we want to protect them from it. Or whatever the case is. But who are you lying to more? Them? Or are we lying to ourselves? I know I've lied to myself way more than I've lied to any of my loved ones about my mental health or my struggles with drugs and alcohol. And if you can lie to yourself, you can lie to anybody. So you really have to take a step back along that path of discovery and say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go down this road and it's going to hurt, but I'm truly going to be open and honest with myself. I'm not going to lie to myself. And then find out who you really are. It's absolutely incredible. Lots of updates. All right, hit me with some updates. And while I am waiting for that, I am going to spin in my chair and get a drink. And then I'm going to crinkle my Wendy's bag and I'm going to get some chicken nuggets. So bear with me. Because Pepsi, not sponsored. How cool would it be if I was sponsored by Pepsi? That'd be so awesome. So I'm going to challenge you to reread what you just wrote. You cope so much that you needed external validation just to understand that what you're doing is enough. Do you need, or did you really need the external validation, or were you really looking for validation from yourself that coping was hiding, that coping was covering your own self-validation for you to be able to tell yourself, no, I'm doing enough, I'm okay. And that's something that I struggle with, is remembering that you are good enough. I am good enough as I am. Now, that doesn't mean that we get stale and stagnant and don't try to always strive to be the best version of ourselves. But in any given situation, if you are putting in 100%, you are good enough. If you are I don't want to say 100%. If you're putting in everything that you can and striving to be the best version of yourself, you are good enough. I am good enough. In that moment, with the knowledge that you have at that time, with the skills and the tools that you have at that time, you can only do the best that you can. And that is good enough because you can't do any more. Whether it's because you don't have the skill or the tools or the knowledge or whatever the case is, but at any given moment, you can only do the best that you can with what you've got. You can't expect more from yourself if you don't have it. if that makes sense. So that self-validation is just being able to tell yourself, you know what? I did my best. I tried my hardest. I gave it everything I could with what I have. And that's enough. And apply that to the people around us. If your parents or a loved one hurts you or lets you down or fails you, which is going to happen, because we are all human. We're going to fail each other. We're going to let each other down. Remember, they can only do the best that they can in those moments as well. Work at a gas station, started playing the guitar. Fantastic. You got your first crochet commission? That's awesome. I love it so much. That's super exciting. What kind of guitar do you have and are you playing? So yeah, so my coping, my drinking, and all of that, it was a way for me to cover mostly my own internal struggle with not feeling good enough, not feeling like I was doing enough for people to accept me. And I felt like I always had to read a situation and then become who I thought each person needed and wanted me to be so that they would accept me and love me. And a lot of times, most of the time, I was probably creating somebody that they really didn't actually want or need. They would have accepted me as I was if I was able to be true to myself and accept myself, and I couldn't. Diagnosed with bipolar. Hey, again, don't let it hold you back. Use that as knowledge. Use that as a way to empower yourself for more self-discovery and to learn to be able to push forward. Good. I'm glad you're not. I love that. Thanks for the real stuff. Understand why I felt unsettled. Yeah, I, on a normal basis, feel uncomfortable wherever I go. And I always put that as just, it's the social anxiety. And, I just didn't like this or I didn't like that. And really what a lot of it was, and what a lot of that social anxiety was me just being unsettled, not feeling comfortable in my own skin to just be true to who I am. And when you're constantly trying to put on mask after mask to be somebody for somebody else, and then all of a sudden there's 10 people and you have to be 10 different people, one for each one of them, and you lose. Every time you do that, you lose yourself. You get farther away from who you truly are. And every time you drink or use substances or use an addiction to cover that, you're getting yourself even farther away and you get lost. And you have to find your way back to yourself and then just be true to yourself. You are who you are. I am who I am. Everybody is who they are and they are different. And that's what makes us all so special and amazing, is that we are all different. You know how boring life would be if we were all exactly the same? Embrace who you are. Embrace your differences. I'm weird as shit. Mrs. Jack Fry can tell you I do some of the weirdest things. And she only sees a portion of it. I do even weirder things when nobody's here and nobody's around. If you want to know who you truly are, put up a camera, set it to record, and then forget about it. And then just watch yourself when you're alone. When you are by yourself and nobody is around, that is when you are 100% authentically true to who you are. because there's nobody else around to judge you, to look at you, to question you. Nobody there for you to try to impress. You're just you. When nobody else is around, I do weird things. I get zoomies and I just randomly will just sprint through the house. Or I'll have a dance and song party. And Kata loves when I dance and sing, and she'll come over and she'll dance, and so I'll pick her up and we dance and sing together through the house. I make weird noises randomly. I repeat sounds that I hear. I do weird shit. I can't help it. I'm weird. But I'm starting to lean into that and embrace that because that's just who I am. It's part of me. I can suppress it for a while. I say it's not the same, but it's kind of like having Tourette's and having tics. You can control them for a while, but it's exhausting to constantly control and suppress. So when you get to be by yourself, it's like it all explodes out of you. Now I'm just, you know what? I'm weird. This is what I do. You just got to lean into it. Embrace the weirdness. Which is so bizarre to say, because we're kind of taught not to be weird or not to be different. But it's good to be different. It's good to be weird. It's good to be unique, to be yourself. So, that got deep. Oh, I'm so weird. You are not alone, I promise you. But again, being weird makes us unique. It makes us special. You just have to embrace just who you are. And like I said, if you're diagnosed with something, don't let it hold you back. Embrace it. Use it as a way to learn more about you and learn how to navigate situations to continue to strive to always be the best version of you. If you are the best version of you, you are going to be the best version for everybody around you. But you have to be the best version of yourself for yourself. It all starts there. Everything else falls into place. And that best version of you is and always will be good enough and worthy and worth it. And those are really hard words to say. It's easy to say it to other people. It is really hard. Sorry guys, it's making me emotional. It's really hard to say it to yourself. To say that the best version of me at that moment is worthy, is good enough. But it is. PTSD can be, sorry, but it can be a bitch. It sucks. I struggle with it myself, and it can absolutely hold you back. Anxiety, depression, PTSD, any of those can hold you back and can get in the way. And that's understandable. That's normal. It's natural for those things to be in the way. But we don't have to let them control us, and we don't have to let them define us. It's just part of who we are. It's not who we are. Yes, absolutely, Bug. And you're not alone in liking squishy things. I do too. I like soft things. I like penguins. If you guys knew how many stuffed penguins were in this house, you would laugh. And they all have names. And yes, I remember all of their names. I also don't like odd numbers. So if I eat like Cheez-It crackers, I have to eat them in even numbers, 2 or 4 at a time. if I eat a sandwich, I generally will eat 2 sandwiches because I don't want to eat just one. I don't like odd numbers. Things I'm trying to get over and get used to, but yeah, I don't like odd numbers. But again, embrace your weird. Odd numbers are awful. And it's really bad because I play games that involve odd numbers. I'm part of a 5-man team. No. Odd numbers can be terrible, though. I hate them. Yeah, absolutely. So lots of different. I hate to always call them disorders, but that's their technical term. But lots of disorders come with sensory issues, which can be positive or negative issues. Things that make you feel good and calm you down, or things that make you cringe or set you off. I can be very sensitive to smells. It's a big sensory thing for me, and I have to be very careful. Now, some of it isn't just from like psychological disorders. Some of my sensitivity to smells comes from my autoimmune disorders, things that are very physical with me. But yeah, sensory issues are crazy. Certain sounds, certain noises. I hear electricity, electric outlets. I can walk into a room and I'll hear a buzzing from outlets. Drives me crazy. Not all the time and not in every room, but if there's too many things plugged in that room, I hear it even more, and it drives me nuts. Squishy calms you down? Yeah, absolutely. That's why plush is plush. Yeah, smells are crazy. I'm really sensitive to certain like perfumes, colognes, things like that. But I'll tell you one that makes me sick almost every single time, guaranteed. And this one is more because of the autoimmune stuff. But it's bleach or bleach-based products. Make me very, very sick. I have to be very careful. Gives me a headache, makes me nauseous. Yeah. But again, embrace your weird. Your mom hates bleach. Yeah, I'm not a fan either. I've got to be. I can't clean with it. If somebody's cleaning with it around me, it's got to be well aired out, and I've got to be able to get away from it. 100% relating to my words. I'm glad. That's life, and it just goes to show you that we're not alone in this. There are so many people like it. It would blow your mind. In one of these days, just to embrace my own weird for you guys, I will gather my penguin army and introduce all of the stuffed penguins that are in this house that have names to you guys. And just as kind of a small reference, there is Sora, Noah, Larry, Mike. There's a lot of them. Oh no, it's not that many. Let's see here. There are 1, 2, 3. I think there's 6 in the bedroom, 2 in the living room, and 1, 2. I think 2 or 3 in here. Plus, I have 2 sea turtles in here. Yeah. So, oh, where is he? He's upside down. There he is. There's one. I'm not telling you their names until I introduce all of them. There's this one. He lives in a slipper. There's this one. He's real squishy. Let's see here. Oh, yep. And then there's this guy. There's penguins everywhere. Oh, I forgot. And there's this guy. So, welcome to my world of weird. And this is Eduardo. I mean, yes, I would. I do also have a bunch of little tiny mini penguins. I don't know if I'll be able to show these, if the camera will pick them up or not. These are like super, super tiny little penguins. I also have, I think, a box of, I want to say it's 50 or 75 rubber ducks in here. And all the rubber ducks are going to have something positive written on the bottom, and I'm going to go hide them around town. Weird things, guys. Weird things. What can I say? Okay, I do need to eat something. I am starving, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't normally eat on stream with you guys, but I have to eat. And then if you couldn't tell from behind me, I do love skulls. So I have skulls everywhere. You girls are not going to have my chicken nuggets. All right. I am still here, I promise, but I am going to disappear for 1 second. Only because I'm getting very close to the camera. Because we are going to fix the doggo cam. There's the doggo cam. They're back. Hey, why are they hiding way up there? There we go. Hey, come back. There we go. Oh, look at the little pitty face. A buggy. So that conversation got way deeper than I was expecting. Not that that was a bad thing, because that is what we are here for. She's sticking her head under the arm of the chair, trying to get to my nuggets. It's such a cute face. Good girl. Hi. Lilac, you're going to be a star. Bug, you have a problem, meaning you're playing it too much, or you have an actual problem with the game itself? If you have a problem with the game itself, I've actually never played Animal Crossing, so I can't help. If you're just hooked on it, then I fully understand. Hi, Pity. Oh, these are so good. I really needed food. Playing too much? I definitely understand that. I pity. Okay, go. Hi, Olive. I see you too. Okay. I'm going to challenge you guys. Let me find this link really quick. There is a company called Zox. Z-O-X. I don't know if you have heard of them. If you have not, this is a Zox band. My watch band is Zox. I have a ton of the bracelets. Each one has a different saying on it, stands for something special. This one is an interactive one, so if you scan this part with your phone, RFID chip in there, will pull up a site that has different quotes about mental health, or like positive, to encourage you. It's absolutely amazing. Here I can kind of show you. Even if no one says it today, I'm proud of you. That's actually very applicable for today. You know what? I am proud of you guys. But anyway, every time you scan it, something comes up. They're awesome. They're amazing. Check them out. ZOX. I think it's just Zox.com. They're incredible. But I'm going to challenge you guys to take it a little step further. If you support mental health, if you support our military, whether you agree with war or not, they are doing their job and they struggle with mental health so much. And if you know, that's near and dear to my heart. We lose at least 22 veterans every day. It's horrible. With all of that being said, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. I encourage you guys to go to this link. You don't have to buy one of the Zox bands. This is a link for you to submit a thank you note to our military and first responders, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, military, you know, all of it. And it's a way to just encourage them and give them a little love. So I do encourage everybody to go and submit a thank you letter if you would like to, if you are interested. There is the link for it. Like I said, I highly recommend it. So what that link will do when you submit a thank you letter, there is a line of Zox bands like this that were designed for our military and our first responders. They also have an RFID chip, but instead of scanning it and instead of scanning it and pulling up that positive quote, like you guys saw mine did, it'll actually pull up a different one of these thank you letters each time it gets scanned. Super near and dear to my heart, very special. So I encourage everybody to do that. And then I challenge all of you to go down that path of self-discovery and to embrace, acknowledge, and love yourself and accept yourself for your weirdness. Strive to always be the best version of yourself. And also check out the website if you've not already. Bug, I know you did. Sign up, subscribe. There are going to be emails going out from ARC 28 soon, so get on that email list so that you can be on the receiving end of some cool emails, updates, links to neat things that I've found, encouraging messages. That's going to be kind of your foot in the door, as well as Discord, but the emails are going to be a little bit... I can do a lot more with the emails, put a lot more in there. So be on the lookout for those. That will also be how you are notified first when the album is released for ARC 28, Barefoot and Bulletproof, and when the cookbook is available, both digitally and physically. Cool things are happening, guys. It's exciting. And on that note, we are going to start winding down little by little here over the next few minutes. Let's see who is on and streaming. We will raid somebody. I think. Got to share some love, you know? Tazzy's on. I think we're just going to raid Heroine because Heroine is amazing. She is... I don't know what she's playing. Sunbaked is on. Awesome. Sir Pineapple is on. Yeah, I think we're going to raid Heroine or Tazzy. Let's see what Heroine is doing and playing today. I don't know what she's playing, but she's awesome. Thank you. Love you too. Have a wonderful day at the office. Thank you for jumping in. I really do appreciate you. I hope you have a great day. I will talk with you soon. If not on stream, catch me in Discord, of course. And everybody else, stick around for just 2 minutes. We are going to raid Heroine really fast. So make sure that you say hello to her. She is absolutely awesome. If I can type properly today. All right, everybody. I probably will be doing a stream tomorrow-ish, or one of the next couple of days. So make sure that you stay tuned. I will see you guys soon. We're actually going to wait just a minute. She walked away from her camera, so don't go anywhere for just a second. We'll wait till she comes back. Maybe. Okay, she's coming back. All right, guys. I love you all. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to finish my chicken nuggets. And I will catch you guys very, very soon on the next stream. I promise. Don't forget to say hello in the ARC28 Discord. Mwah. Love you all. Have a great night. Oh, no. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Well, that's not good. Let's try this one more time. Maybe. Why? Why does technology hate us today? All right, here we go, everybody. Love you guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.